Okay, thou art that is asked, and he's asked, what causes that river to be the same river if it's always changing and its substance is always changing? Okay, so the answer to that is twofold. I think, first of all, when we say it's a system, systems are in motion. So of course it has to have room to go ahead through a cycle. Well, through a cycle, okay, to even be considered a system, we're picturing it doing that. And by the time it does one cycle, it will have changed. And so it's still going to be the same system. In that case, because of the second point, which is that there's a causal relationship between one and the other. Even if that system becomes a totally different system, migrates somehow, it becomes a totally different system. And we could say it's as if it's a different system, but we can also say, it's the same system because historically, okay. Now, the real issue here is our semantics. We want sameness to be substance. We want it to be qualities. We want to find that element that isn't going to be a big changing element. But think about this for a second. I'm going to give you what I think is an interesting sort of example, maybe a bit askew. Okay. I was hugging my girlfriend, and her hands were on my back, and her hands were cold and my back was warm. Okay? And where her hands were touching my back felt cold, but her hand felt warm. We had the same experience of the same exact temperature. And if we are trying to answer, is that point of contact warm or cold, that becomes a confusing question. And really, if you try to do it, I'm sure that what you'll end up doing is you'll end up trying to ignore my subjective experience and her subjective experience, which is odd since this whole thing involves those two experiences. And warm and cold are subjective concepts, obviously, this shows. And you'll try to use you'll bring in this third point of view. Maybe not thou art that you, but you in general. Somebody will bring in this third point of view well, maybe, was it really cold or was it really hot? And you'll find that it's all relative, and it'll become a very difficult question to answer. And ironically, even the objective answer will be say, well, it seemed for this person, and it seemed for that person. Okay, but I want to say, forget all that. Forget all that. The point is, that's not even the question. Was it really warm or cold? Because what are we really sensing? Is her hand actually sensing a temperature and I'm sensing a temperature? No. We're sensing a transfer of energy. I'm sensing that there's energy in my back, leaving my back, and she's sensing that energy coming into her. We're both not sensing temperatures per se, we're sensing an energy transfer. And our results are the same in that sense. That's how we correlate the results. See, my sensation of cold is really my body saying energy is leaving it. And her sensation of heat is really a sensation of hers telling her that energy is entering her body. So if you look at it that way, if you ask what is the relationship that the feelings mean, then you get down and find out, oh, it is one relationship. We both are actually experiencing the same thing, one relationship, from different ends, because relationships have ends. They have perspectives, points of view with which you look at them.